Jimmy knows the risks of working with big great white sharks.
Right below you. Right below you. Oh, that's a great shot.
Anyone who works with them knows the risks.
Just keep calling them out, you know? I think it's working, Matt, I really do.
It's pretty monotonous for, I'd say, about, what, 45 minutes to an hour.
I think they like my feet. They like it. It's exactly what I went for.
Next thing you know, it all happened.
There's a shark here. Give this 5 or 10 minutes. They're staying deep, then they're coming up and hitting. I've already had 2 bumps now that have been pretty deliberate. They look like they're getting a little bit more fired up. What was that? Is that a shark?
The first thing that went through my mind was, he's a goner.
We didn't know if Jimmy had been hit by the shark. I've been working with sharks for 30+ years, and I've never seen anything like that. Shark that big, probably 15, 16 feet, hits a guy going full steam. I think it's over.
Holy Did it hit you? You all right?
Yeah, just let me get my breath.
You good? Holy
Jimmy being Jimmy, somehow he was able to avoid the shark's teeth.
It is just a miracle what happened, because the shark basically was taking a chomp. Technically, the plexiglass saved Jimmy's life.
I feel like the bottom of the cage, you know, kept me safe, and I went with the bottom of the cage, and the shark went away from me, thankfully. All I saw then was the big tail when it was then going back down into the water. My initial response was just hold on to the thing, and then I was like, get your head in the water, see where the shark is. And that's when I swam. But I think he realized that he'd made a mistake and was thankfully gone, and gave me enough time to get back to the boat. So completely smashed the thing, and it's unbelievable that I haven't got a scratch on me. It's insane. I mean, pretty much a breach, you know, first ever person to ever have a breach on them and be able to survive and tell the tale. It's unbelievable. I mean,
the animal gave a number of warnings. It was very cautious in the beginning. And as it became more bold, it started bumping the box.
initially what happened is I felt a bump and I actually shouted up to the boat, was that a shark? So I wasn't quite sure, and I felt this kind of jerk. It must have been a trial run for the shark, or they were testing it out. You know, the shark was doing that first bump, and then he decided to really go for it the second time.
This behavior has been observed many, many times along the Pacific coast and other areas worldwide where sharks will perceive something to be a threat and will aggressively go after it. That's when it came up and it rammed the box, which is a behavior to drive that object away. This validates something I have suspected for more than 40 years, that the behaviors of these sharks are not all predatory. The majority of the attacks by white sharks on humans are investigation and/or displacement, defending a territory. Jimmy's case is very unique in that, fortunately, he was not hurt. Some of that has to do with his ability in the water and his knowledge. A lot of it had to do with luck. It's something you don't want to try at home. But we were also grateful that the shark wasn't injured either. There were no cuts, no abrasions. So both escaped injury-free. And fortunately, there was a camera in the water filming, so we had the opportunity to see exactly what the shark did, which tells us why it did it. It gave science, those of us that study white sharks, a fantastic opportunity to see what these animals do under certain circumstances.
I love all wildlife, and I knew the risks involved. I chose to put myself in that position. No matter what happened, I was never, ever gonna blame the animal. For the shark, it was just an ordinary day. But for me, it was a day that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
After 9 days of very little food or sleep, Honora, Chris, and Luke are running on empty.
Chris, do you think there's something wrong with me lying here for like 20 minutes and not like immediately getting on my fishing?
Fish at your own pace, girl.
Luke seems to have a problem with it.
I did not say that. I'm totally fine with it. You're saying I need to sit here 20 more minutes, and that's fine.
I mean, if I sat here for 2 more hours then went fishing, would you have a problem with it?
I don't care what you do.
I mean, seriously, I mean, I have done so much, and I'm sorry if I need to do the same amount of work that you guys are doing all the time.
No one's saying that. No one's saying that.
I'm trying to be a good teammate, you know?
I understand that, and that's totally fine.
I don't want to feel pressured, and also every time I have an idea, I feel like my ideas are all shot down. I mean, I bring back a piece of edible fruit, and neither of you guys want to touch it.
I ate half of it, and it tasted like...
I know, and then he got tossed in the garbage. It's like, I mean, you guys are just, you're not respecting me at all.
Oh
I mean,
God.
no,
Really?
I'm serious. And this morning it turns into, I'm not allowed to lie here and rest for another however long.
You're
You're putting words in
taking
people's
my
mouth
words
now.
and changing it.
You guys have been shooting my ideas down lately, and it's upsetting me.
But I haven't knocked your ideas. I just didn't like
I
the
feel
fruit.
like
I ate the
you
fruit.
have.
It tasted like when I'm starving, then I'll
But
eat
then
it.
it got tossed in the mud. I didn't even get to finish the fruit that I climbed 30 feet to grab.
I'll cut the tree down. You can have 100 of them. Stop
that
bitching.
was a
I'm over it. I don't care.
I'm not
Stop
bitching.
talking.
I'm
You've been
upset.
bitching for an hour.
Chris,
I'm
you're
over it.
yelling at me right now.
I'm just yelling because you're pissing me off.
I'm
I try
trying
and
to
keep a
have a
positive
conversation.
attitude in the camp, trying to get done, and you're sour Sally all morning.
No, I'm not.
I'm over it.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
You've been it's not a conversation when it's one way. We can't get a word in edgewise.
I'm feeling very attacked.
Okay, you're feeling very attacked.
Extremely attacked right now.
And tap out.
Don't tell me to tap out. You, Chris.
I'll be here 40 days.
You're lucky to make it 4.
You. You. Tapping out. Burning this.
Save the cordage.
I'm not gonna let you burn
Hey,
it.
that's mine.
I'm not gonna let you burn
You
it.
tap out, you lose your.
Give that back to me. It's mine.
It's not yours, actually.
It is mine.
It's the team's.
It's not the team's. It's
It absolutely is the team's. She's got your knife. You throw that knife in the water, and I guarantee you're gonna have a serious problem.
Both you.
What do you want? Like, going from here on forward? You want space? Do you want to talk? Do you want me to...
Wanna go home?
No, Chris, but thank you.
You're welcome.
At Caño Verde, frustrations have reached the boiling point. To spite Chris and Luke, Honora has thrown 2 crucial survival tools into the river.
What you did was not okay. It doesn't help when you get revved up with her. And this is very similar to the job that I did for almost 3 years. You know, I was in wilderness therapy. Troubled kids come to me and live in the wilderness for a long time, and like this happens all the time.
And as soon as I try to talk to you guys, turn into Chris saying that I suck and that I just should, that you guys don't want me here and that I just should tap out. Obviously, I'm not allowed to talk about how I feel.
No, that's not. That's a false statement. There are solutions, but you go kind of to the extreme conclusion, like what you just said. Well, it's pretty clear that I can't express my emotions. And that's not true. You know, like, there are ways to do it.
No, I think so.
If you wish to come back and hang out with us, you know, some things, you know, some wrongs need to be righted, starting with all the things, you know, we don't have now. I've been trying to be lenient. I've been trying to, you know, understand. I've been trying to listen. I'm trying to, and she won't budge. I'm used to conflict resolution, but man can only take so much.
I can't believe Chris threw away my fruit.
I'm trying to find Luke's life. We'll see what happens. With that amount of sabotage and a 40-day challenge, obviously the noose got a little tighter on Luke and myself. To say that I'm annoyed would be the understatement of the year. I'm furious.
If your reaction to hard days is to sabotage, I want nothing to do with you as a partner.
All right, that's fine. Well, are you guys leaving?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not leaving either. I'm gonna try to stay here as long as I can. The guys, I really don't care what they do.
Now I only have 1 hook. Man, where's my other 2 fishing hooks? What you do, kick them in the dirt too?
May I please have the rest of my bow drill set?
I think you owe me a knife.
Yeah, when we get our knife back, you'll get your bow drill set back.
It's just like you don't want the bow drill for yourself. You just want to destroy it to spite us.
No, actually, I do want the bow drill for
Then
myself.
why were you gonna throw it in the fire? I grabbed it from the fire. Why were you gonna throw it in the fire then?
You snapped it in half. How bad do you really want it?
I want the rest of it, because the bow is easy to make, you guys.
It is.
The stone and the hearth board, that's all really nice. And I would like
so you're
to
gonna
keep
go
that.
home and use it more than we need it right now?
I would like that, yeah.
You're gonna. So
I would like it.
It's just you're just trying to make it harder for us. Let's be honest. You're not going to use it at home. You're not gonna go home. God. What are you doing? Noah, what are you doing right now? I'm trying to help you.
You're not trying to help me. I'm
know
trying
it.
to have a conversation with you guys, and you guys are just
This is a conversation?
Tap out. You're a
Did
bitch.
I say that? Did I say that? That was uncalled for. I agree. I never said any of those things, Noah.
I have tried so hard to be so hard. I have been trying to be supportive.
How is this helping the problem, though?
It's gonna make me feel better knowing that Chris doesn't get out of here in 40 days.
Severe heat exhaustion coupled with extreme hunger have pushed the fragile trio at Caño Verde to the breaking point. Honora has sabotaged her partners by sinking their survival tools in the river.
Luke, you got that?
It's floating. I think she's going to get it right now.
You got the cap?
That's debatable. Did you just sink it? I thought she was going in to retrieve it, but I think she's just sinking it. Did you sink it good?
She grabs my wire leader, Luke's water bottle, Hurst's machete, and Luke's knife, runs and throws it in the river. This sabotaged our whole survival thing. Now we have one item.
The faster this is over, the better we are. So just get her home. I'm trying to be nice to her. Go home. This is unreal.
I'm gonna go jump in and get that machete.
That's my knife.
Yeah, the one I found in the river, you beat. It's mine now.
No, that's mine.
This was thrown in the river to spite us. I found
That's
it.
my knife.
Which you will
Just
get.
give her the knife. We're fine. We only need one. I don't care. I just want her to leave.
I don't trust her. She ain't staying where I'm staying because she has no morals, no self-worth, let alone care about anybody else.
You got any idea where you put that water bottle? Would you be willing to show me?
Here, I'll show you. I mean, it sank.
Real needle in the haystack.
Sorry, it's so mucky right there.
You realize you sabotaged not only your chance at fish, but our chance at fish. You know, like I know it was your goal to sabotage us, but at the same time, you sabotaged yourself.
I mean, I don't really see how else I could have handled it. Like I brought it up.
Honora, you are so victim. I can't even do it right now. I've lost my patience because there's no other way to handle it than throwing our in the river. It's always a choice. Every time you say it's someone else's fault, you're pushing away all of your responsibility, and that is you got a fruit thrown away. I got my tools thrown away. Quit complaining. There's people that have worse it out here.
All right.
You threw the tantrum, and my well-being is at stake. If you want to quit, that's fine. If you can't handle it, that's fine. But when you come into our life, it's a totally different matter.
Just want to make it clear, though, that you're the one who's been stomping through the forest screaming. I think.
Yep. Does this affect you in any way? Does this affect your well-being? Adults own their stuff, and you haven't owned any.
Well, yeah, I totally own the fact that I threw the wire, I threw your knife.
No, you haven't owned it because you haven't said, I'm sorry, because you said this to me.
You can't force someone to apologize.
I can't, and that's why I'm done.
Why would
and
I
that's why I'm done.
apologize to you when you're yelling at me
I'm done with
like
you.
this?
I'm done.
I'm not sorry, Luke.
It's really damn hard to survive without, anything. It's quite a dangerous place to be, knowing that it's 40 days. A human can only take so much.
Winner moves on to the field of champions. Let the mob battle begin. A box rush out of Hyper. Oh! Wow! Oh my gosh! That was insane! What a hit by Hypershaw! Oh! Oh! Look at him continue to go after Gigabyte in the corner.
Those are some of the biggest sparks we see inside the battle box. My goodness.
Somehow Hypershock still running, and so too is Gigabyte.
Whoa!
Wow! That came right in one of our judges. Wow!
Hypershock picking up where it left off with Mad Catter. Oh!
My gosh! Oh!
Chris, are you okay?
I'm fine. Look at the 100-pound pulverizer dropping on top of Gigabyte too.
How tough is Gigabyte? And look thinking Hypershock might be feeling it here, Chris.
Oh, have the big hits finally caught up with Hypershock? It's just kind of crab walking now. Gigabyte hanging back there, Kenny.
Gigabyte has an opening.
This is weird. Oh, my transmitter got changed.
Will Bales trying to work through the issue, and Gigabyte content to lay off, perhaps looking for a countdown from the ref.
I think Will is having trouble with his radio controls. John Malondic may want to think about attacking here.
Gigabyte testing the waters, and Hypershock is
It's all over! Are you kidding? It's all over! What a comeback! It looks like Will is going to be done for!
The head's on one end, the body's on the other. The South Rider is wrong.
Last second, Hypershock came back to life. Are you kidding me?
Look at Team Hypershock. They cannot believe what just happened.
Wow!
Will Bales has run the gauntlet. He's taken out Gigabyte and punched his ticket to the Golden Balls tournament. Listen to the crowd. Kenny, the collisions in this fight were flat out insane.
It really was. Just craziness inside the battle box here. Gigabyte and Hypershock with some of the most epic hits we've ever seen.
I mean, Hypershock just right on top of Gigabyte. Look at the power of that weapon.
Sparks everywhere. Hypershock, aggressive.
And how about this?
Oh,
What the heck?
fireworks display right in front of us.
But Gigabyte, tough as nails, took the punishment, kept on spinning, and Kenny, John Mladnick may have missed a golden opportunity to turn the tide.
Yeah, Will Bales was having radio control issues and the bot was a sitting duck. Gigabyte hung back and would quickly come to regret that decision.
Here it is, the shot heard round the BattleBots universe.
Shell goes one way, the bot goes the other. Is that what you were gonna say?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It was so exciting.
Berber have given me this camel, and they'll almost always kill an old beast like this when it's on its last legs rather than let it suffer too much. But you know, they'll use every single bit of this animal, not only though for food, also for water, and in extremity for shelter.
I'm gonna start by skinning this camel for a blanket, as I want to set up camp before nightfall. I've got around 3 hours to do it.
And what you want to do is grab a good bit of skin and then just get into it. And then once you're in, a good way of doing it is putting your finger like that over the knife. So what you want to avoid is puncturing the actual guts, and then just slide it in.
It's hard work doing it in this searing heat of around 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm sweating buckets. But the hump might just help me.
And the Berber actually told me that the fat from this is a real delicacy. But experience has taught me to be a little bit wary of Berber delicacies. And this is just pure camel fat. Oh man, that's horrible.
In extreme situations, the fat from the hump of a living camel will save a Berber's life. They cut a flap of skin in the fatty hump and carefully take out what they want, making sure they leave enough for the camel to survive.
What I'm looking for is the stomach. And the stomach itself is in 3 parts, so it can separate the liquids from the solids. And the bit I want is called the rumen, where it keeps the fluids. There we go. And I'm through to the innards here. Look at that, that's amazing.
It's like a reservoir, this rumen water.
And a nomad told me once how his uncle in the 1950s was lost in a sandstorm out here, and he actually ended up killing his camel to get at the rumen and all this fluid inside, and that actually saved his life.
If you don't find much water in the rumen, you might get some from the main part of the stomach, where the food is digested.
God, a load of stench of camel digesting food straight up my nostrils. And here you go, look, if you bring camera over here and look inside, you can see everything that it's been eating. And that's just sort of partially digested. And the fluid in this, again, is drinkable. God, that must have hurt when it went down its throat. Drinkable, but truly disgusting.
There are no less than 200 feet of intestines and guts that I have to haul out.
Okay, it's all just being held on at one point now. I have to hold my breath, get in there and cut it. Stings. I got him.
You need to drag this lot well away from the carcass, in the hope that predators like jackals stay away. I don't want them bothering me when I sleep out tonight.
1, 2, 3.
Now I need to turn the camel over to skin the other side.
Never got my leg over with a camel before. But I have now.
I've been butchering now for an hour and a half, and already the flesh is virtually cooked in this heat, and the skin is already drying.
And that is what's going to be my blanket tonight. And if you come and have a look inside the carcass, the Berbers could use this as an emergency shelter in a sandstorm. And all they'd do is get inside it, pull it over, and I'll be 100% protected from the sand.
Jackals might well be attracted to the carcass, so in order to protect the meat and myself, I'm going to pee around it to deter them. That'll sort them out.
But it's worth knowing that only works with blokes' pee. It doesn't work if you're a woman, so your pee doesn't have enough testosterone. So bad luck, girls.
If you need to pee later, just keep topping up your line of defense. And now all I've got to do is to make my bed.
I can then lay this down. Now I've got a pillow, something to keep me off the rocks and keep me warm if I need to.
Before bedding down for what's probably shaping up to be one of my least pleasant nights out under the stars, I'm gonna try and get a fire going to cook some meat. And camel dung is perfect fuel because it's just so dry.
And all of this is just beautiful, fresh meat. And you won't get a better looking steak than that.
Flat stone over the fire is the desert version of a barbecue.
And keep feeding the camel dung in.
Camel meat is low in cholesterol, and this is a rare desert feast.
I reckon this should be ready. I think it was quite an old camel.
After 3.5 hours of hard work, what I need now is just to rest and recharge my batteries for whatever lies ahead.
But if I kind of think back to a lot of the great survival stories I've heard over the years, one thing that runs through them is often that those who survive nightmare situations are those who are prepared to step outside of their comfort zone and do whatever they need to make it back in one piece and make it home. And as a pillow, I've got a dead camel's neck. I'd never get this one past the wife.
This is going to be one long night, and temperatures here can plunge to freezing.
It's about 6 in the morning, and the sun's just coming up. Thank God, because I'm really cold. And it's amazing how cold it gets at night in the desert. And I never thought I'd say this, but I just can't wait to see the sun.
So I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida, looking for a guy named Dan Duker, who owns a company called Vinyl Pools LLC, a family-owned business that specializes in giving old pools a new lease on life. I think I found him.
Welcome to my dirty job. Pleasure to meet you, Mike.
Dan, this is a bad pool.
It is. Been sitting a while.
What's a while?
From what I hear, it's about 17 years.
Somebody living here?
Not right now. It's being rehabilitated. We are gonna make this thing look new again. Drain it, clean it, install a new vinyl liner.
How much time is this gonna take?
About 4 hours.
Oh, man. Before we get started, I just want to grab a few quick shots for the network. I mean, what's the point of working on a TV show if you don't promote it? And there is simply no way I can ignore the obvious visual appeal of a rancid pool covered with snot green algae and filled with God knows what.
I saw motion, that's all I can say.
Probably not an alligator. Because I'm looking at this opening here, which is plenty large for anything to crawl through. You got a bathing suit?
Yeah.
Back in a flash.
Oh, God.
Let's do this. Honestly, the things I do for this network.
Jeez. That's awful. 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 Awful.
If you're wondering, the water is cool, but not exactly refreshing. Chunky might be a better word. Chunky and viscous. It's enough to make a fella thirsty. People say to me, Mike Rowe, when you're out there in the world filming dirty jobs, do you ever have any time just to kick back and relax? And I tell them, yeah, I do. And just like that, another network promo is in the can, along with some obligatory eye candy for your favorite social media platform. Having done all that, let's get to work. Okay. As pools go, you've seen many. Scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this?
10's the worst, right?
Yeah.
Yep, 11. No doubt.
It's called vinyl pools. Is this a vinyl pool?
Yeah, I didn't want to be ambiguous with the name. I went straight forward. Vinyl pools, that's what I do. That's what I do every single day.
I appreciate it.
And believe it or not, my father built this pool.
You're kidding.
No.
So you come from a long line of pool people?
I'm a second-generation pool man. Started working summers with him in 1996, so I was 12 years old. So I was the guy that got the tools, brought everything back and forth from the truck.
Just do what you were told.
Digging trenches, doing, what I thought was everyday normal work.
This is a character-building summer job for a kid. You're in South Florida. I'm assuming there's going to be a fair amount of back-breaking manual labor. And, just the constant excitement of never knowing what lurks beneath the surface.
We got to get this water out of here. That's number one. So this is our workhorse on the operation today. Just trying to get a nice snug fit so we don't have any air leaks.
So where's the water gonna go that gets sucked out?
that way. We just try to get as far away from the pool as possible.
If you're just joining us, we're waiting for these pumps to do the job of sucking out the 8,000 or 9,000 gallons that were in here. Shouldn't take too much longer, I guess.
It's moving water. We just gotta clear a little pocket for it so that it's not sucking up all that debris. They just had the roof done, and roofers don't care where their trash goes.
The roofers literally threw the crap straight in the pool.
Have you ever heard the old saying, everything rolls downhill?
Yeah, I've heard a version of it.
Yeah, guess where downhill is in Florida? The bottom of a swimming pool.
What's this?
It was an old pool cleaning hose, look. Or you could reach over and grab it instead of unraveling the whole thing, Mike.
This is better TV, Dan, trust me. We can make a meal out of this.
All right, let's clear out a space for this pump right here.
All right.
This pump is like a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
It has teeth inside of it that grind up and pulverize what's going inside of it. Don't put your fingers in there. Whatever goes in there is going out that way.
In little pieces.
Regardless to whether you want it to or not.
Yep.
Man down.
Man down?
Man down.
Yeah, but he's back up. Zach, don't touch that. That's a garbage disposal. I'll turn you into little pieces of Zach. I like Zach. He's a fine field producer and a good friend. And I would love to see him avoid the deadly garbage disposal for as long as possible.
Hi, I found some sunglasses here.
Yeah?
Look at that.
Hey, hey. All right. I'm looking at the world through covered glasses. How much more work do you need?
I can't take on anymore.
You're seriously that busy? That jammed?
As a one-man band, yeah.
Why don't you expand?
I have no desire to be a swimming pool conglomerate. I just want to live a happy life.
Yeah?
Provide enough for my family. Have time with my friends.
A balanced life. You found balance in a pool of death.
I found balance at 100 liner replacements a year.
What's a job like this cost?
A pool this size is about anywhere from $9 to $13 a square foot.
So it's like what, 5 grand?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. So 100 pools a year.
Yep.
5 grand a pool, give or take.
Yep.
Got expenses, obviously.
Yeah, there's expenses.
How are your margins?
Try to keep it at 50-50.
It's not a bad living, man.
No.
Married, kids?
Married, got one son, 5 years old.
Yeah?
Yep. He comes on runs with me the day after I'm gonna come back on this pool once it's full.
Yeah?
And he likes to carry the buckets and the hoses and things like that just to help out. He just wants to be involved. He just wants to see his dad. So sometimes I'll pick him up after school and we'll go do the startup the next day.
When Dan does need some extra muscle, he likes to keep it all in the family. This is his cousin-in-law, Juan Pablo. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
How are
you.
you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing up with a shovel.
He's my seasonal worker. He helps out through the busiest time of the year.
Yeah, I don't see you doing this job alone. I don't see anybody doing this alone.
I would have. It would just take 2 days instead of 1. Oh, here's a big frog.
I knew there was something alive in this water.
Where'd he go? Pablo hates frogs.
No.
But the thing about a leopard frog is you can put them into sleep.
Oh, look at that.
You put them on their back.
And to think, I nearly went my whole life without knowing how to put a frog to sleep.
He'll be back in here tonight. Hi. What's in there?
Is that a frog?
I thought there was something in my boot.
That's a nail?
Yeah, through and through. You know, honestly, I never wore heavy boots. I just go in barefoot. But I did a job, and the customer had a bougainvillea bush.
Yeah.
And they just took all the trimmings and threw it right into the bottom of the pool.
Oh.
And bougainvilleas have, you know,
Thorns.
some of them have thorns an inch or two long. And I stepped down on one, and it just went right through my bottom of my foot.
See, that's the way life is, man. You can read about all the safety protocols.
Takes an accident for action. I've had helpers in the past where they want to get it all done quick, but it's too hot down here.
Yeah.
And if you overexert yourself early in the day, you can't recover.
You're out at 2.
It's a marathon, not a race.
Marathon, not a sprint. We're gonna take a break, let the camera guys eat, assuming they have an appetite. Hopefully, that sucking monster will get the rest of the water out, and this will dry up, and it'll be a little easier to shovel out, and then we'll go ahead and cut the lining out, and then we'll put a new lining in, and then we'll fill it up with cool, refreshing water, and then we'll leave. What'd I miss?
I come to replace you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Have at it.
No thanks.
He's paid his dues.
Yeah?
This is my father, Dave.
This is the old man. Yeah, your boy was bragging about you. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm
It's
doing
good to meet
man.
you.
Doing good.
Did you ever think the pool that you built would be in this condition?
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they all do?
Yep. This ain't the first one. It makes the world go around, doesn't it? It makes jobs for us. My philosophy when I started this business back in 1981 was build enough pools,
yeah,
and all you do is replace liners. And you make as much money as you did building a whole stupid pool.
You maintain a supervisory posture.
That's where you get down there and start shoveling.
I'm gonna hop in here for the glory.
All righty.
Uh-huh.
Get everything from that side over to this side so we can shovel it the rest of the way out.
Okay.
So you're less likely to break that.
So I'm just pushing stuff from the middle
Yeah,
up.
just everything over to that side.
If you're overcome with the urge to participate,
listen, when it's time to put the liner in, I'll come down.
Because there are more tools than people. I don't want you to feel left out.
Well, where's another shovel? Oh, damn, there is another shovel. I'm coming down and
Here,
shovel.
here.
I'm barefooting it.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yep. Oops, that's.
Takes a special kind, man.
But I don't trust shoes. I swear.
I'm telling you, man, there's like roofing material all over the place.
I have neuropathy, Mike. I don't feel anything.
You're perfect for this show.
Yep.
You got no feeling.
Okay.
You got a sense of smell?
Yep.
Yeah, then this is not the show for you.
Oh, this ain't as bad as sticking your arm up some cow's something.
Hey, man, that cow still calls me.
All the way out, or else we have to shovel it twice.
I know, all the way
All
out.
the way out.
This is the technique, right?
What?
You want to put a little bit of back and a little bit of leg, and you want to coordinate that effort. You also want to flick your left wrist. And you want to stop very suddenly, so the, what you call the inertia, takes the crap in the shovel, just clears the brick, and if you do it right, like a line drive, it'll go right between that support and that tree. A little something like this.
If you do it wrong, you wear it.
And is Dan your only son?
Yes, sir.
And he's been in the business since when? You dragged him in when he was 12?
Sorry, I didn't know he was 12. 7 years ago, he bought the business.
He bought it from you?
Yep.
That's a brilliant business model.
I know. I'm losing my britches here. We don't want to have that, do we?
It's a family show, Dave.
Yes, I heard that you're going family now, right?
Heads up, camera guys. He's losing his britches. That's the last thing we want to see is Dave come out of retirement.
That's right. You don't want to see that.
Seriously, what was it like working with your kid when he was a kid?
Never complained about anything.
Really?
Dan, go do this, shovel that. Never complain.
Can you teach work ethic?
No. Is that like common sense? You can't teach common sense.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Right.
You either got it or you don't got it.
All right, well, I'm going to do more shoveling because
Get over it.
he'll yell at me. You know how it is.
Well, we'll just dock your pay.
All right.
As I lose my pay and Dave loses his pants, Juan Pablo, who harbors a very real aversion to frogs, is about to lose his mind. Dan, what kind of frog is this?
That's another leopard frog. You want to try that trick I showed you?
Yeah, I do.
Turn him over.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Hang on.
Turn him over, and you're
Yeah.
going to rub his belly.
Rub his belly.
Rub his belly, and he'll fall asleep.
He'll go to sleep.
Isn't that cool?
All right, back to work. Shovel, throw, repeat. We're making progress, I think.
It feels like an impossible job when you show up.
I was just gonna say, man, when I walked in here, I looked at it, I thought there's no way. There's just no way we're gonna get this done in 5 hours. And I was right. It's gonna take 10.
And the lining is the fastest part because it's already made. All we got to do is lay it in place. I think we're done with the shovel for now. If you want to hop up on the deck, get everything pushed back, because at this point, we're going to start getting this area around the pool clean as well. See, if you would have put a little bit more elbow grease into your throws earlier, you wouldn't have to do this.
That's right, borderline on the edge of I told you so.
All right, Mike, that looks good for my house.
Good.
Come on back down here. I got a special tool for you to clean out the rest of these roots. So right here is what's called the bead receiver. The bead receiver is what accepts the liner. That's the only thing that holds this liner in place, that and the water. So that needs to be cleaned out. So the first step is we got to come in here and remove all this debris that's obstructing it so we can remove it.
And with that tool?
With this tool. This is just a grout removal tool. But I use it, you know, for a different purpose.
A bead?
Bead receiver.
Receiver.
Because those roots are obstructing that, so we can't pull the liner out quite yet.
I'm cleaning out the schmutz from the bead receiver. That's the schmutz, and this is the receiver. The bead itself is this, and it goes right into there. And if I understand everything Dan just told me, that's the only thing that's actually holding the lining in place.
Did you do this already? Sure heck don't look like it.
Just testing you.
I believe I found a marmot tusk. Ooh. Whoa. That certainly is. Look at that. Tusks is not that big of a discovery, but if there's something attached to it, that's a whole different story. It's very rare that I find a tusk like this sticking out of the bank. This could be, who knows?
2 months ago,
a gold miner in northwest Canada has stumbled upon an incredible, as well as unexpected find, a mummified baby woolly mammoth, thought to be more than 30,000 years old. The discovery in Yukon's Kleinkai gold fields is the first near complete and well-preserved woolly mammoth found in North America.
The baby mammoth was unearthed just 40 miles from Paradise Hill and isn't the area's first groundbreaking discovery.
A couple of years ago down here, we found a horse head here that is related to a donkey and a zebra by DNA. That was one of the older skulls ever discovered. I should phone the kids. I mean, they like to see like that. Kevin, Monica, and Mike, the Igabi. Okay, can you guys come up here? I just found a mastodon tusk sticking out of the bank. You see that, Calvin?
Interesting.
Wow.
Holy.
That's the first time we see one sticking out of the bank, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice and polished right there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you go dig it out.
Oh, I'm always the one on a piece of
That's
equipment.
because you're the
Okay,
best.
Not too close, not too close.
With another one?
Hey, Dad!
1 sec.
Let's see.
Jawbone?
I think you might be right on that. The rest of that might even be in there.
Okay, hang in there. I gotta think. I just may want to phone them paleontologists and then they can dig the rest out themselves.
I think that's probably a smarter idea.
You might have a whole skull in there if you're pulling out pieces like that.
I think you should definitely call them, but especially coming off like them finding that baby mammoth, nothing else besides it's good for the scientific community. And like this, you don't find all the time.
If we're gonna do that, we're gonna lose time in the cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That.
Tony must now stop all mining in the 80 pup cut to bring in a team of paleontologists to examine and remove the tusk. His plan to stockpile White Channel pay before they run out of blue cut pay dirt is at a standstill.
I mean, that is something we really don't need right now.
Oh, I've never seen a tusk quite like that before. It looks pretty cool, actually.
Now, a team of paleontologists have arrived to investigate and determine if there are any more mammoth remains in the area.
This is one of the few sites where we've gotten another mummified remain, so it's pretty exciting.
It's nice that we can slowly expose it in situ, and it tells us a lot more.
We'll have to clear away some of that material to get a better sense.
Hopefully there's a skull in there. But it's hard to say. You want to put it down right here? We followed the rest of the tusk to the back and found the end of it. It's just not attached to the skull.
Okay. 295. 295.
And that is 53.
Based on the length and also the circumference, we know that it's a male. Probably 30 years old.
The team haven't found mummified remains this time, but they've unearthed a 10-foot-long tusk belonging to a magnificent beast that roamed Paradise Hill over 30,000 years ago.
It's a good candidate for further analysis.
We don't often find a lot of big mammoth pieces.
There's Tony.
How's it going?
We were able to extract this nearly complete tusk from the section.
Right, that's actually pretty nice, huh?
We found part of a skull, but it's not attached. So you can start mining again.
That's great news. Mike, do you copy? Get everything moved into AD Pop with you, please.
Just hours before he runs out of pay, Tony can finally get back to the 80 pup cut.
Voila, we should be in business. And I think we should have no troubles finishing off the season with all the white channel pay that's in there.
Looks dangerous.
It is very dangerous. This is possibly the most dangerous story we've ever filmed.
Fire.
It didn't go off. We have a live grenade. We cannot leave this bunker until we deal with this situation.
Let me guess, it involves a grenade.
You're like a mind reader. Yes, it totally does. Pop quiz, hotshot. What would you do if someone threw one of these at you?
Why, you kiss your ass goodbye.
That is one solution. Another solution, favored by Hollywood movie action heroes, pull out a gun and shoot it out of the air. And that is where I think we need to begin.
Okay.
It's a standard action movie move. To protect yourself from an incoming grenade, you take it out midair, where one of three things can happen. It explodes safely, it's rendered inert, or it's sent back from whence it came.
Now, when it comes to shooting objects out of midair, that's a sport, actually, called trap shooting or skeet shooting. I think it's this way.
Pull.
And when you want to do that in the Bay Area,
pull,
you come here, to the Coyote Valley Sporting Clay.
You must be Dave.
Our teacher today is Dave Radu.
Pull.
He's been an instructor for 16 years, and he's going to teach Jamie and I how to rid the world of the scourge of clay pigeons. It would be an understatement to say we've fired a lot of guns in the course of doing this show.
You'll come across.
Over the years, we've fired pistols, rifles, cannons. We fired from moving cars at moving cars.
I'm feeling pretty shot up.
We've even fired bullets at other bullets. But this time we're trying to hit a moving target in midair.
Pull.
We were close, but not close enough.
Training on clay pigeons so that hopefully we can hit a grenade.
Pull.
If they can't even hit a moving target, then the myth falls at the first hurdle.
Pull.
And at first, It's not as easy as Hollywood would have us believe.
Yeah, I was a little behind it.
But they've got a great teacher.
Pull.
Nice shot. Fantastic. Very nice shot. Oh. There we go.
Hey!
Beautiful shot. Oh, I was just going to tell you about that.
We've been shooting at these clays from the side, but if you're trying to avoid getting hit by a grenade, you're going to be more concerned when they're coming right at you.
Yeah, I got it.
Like that.
Pull. Very well done. Nice shot.
Interestingly, the more realistic oncoming trajectory is a lot easier to hit. So far, this myth is moving in the right direction.
Sweet.
Pull.
Yeah.
So, Adam.
Yes, sir.
To celebrate our newly found skills, I'm going to go over behind that building over there and toss my beret out.
No way. And let me shoot at it?
You've got one shot.
I'll take it.
Pull. I can't tell if I hit. Did I hit it?
Like you did.
Oh. Sorry. Let's go take a look.
All right.
I think you did. There's the proof.
Dude, I get to keep this and stuff and mounted in my trophy case.
Well, what am I going to wear?
We'll get you another beret.
Okay, you let me know when it arrives.
Looks pretty innocuous, doesn't it? It is, in fact, pretty small compared to some of the things we've blown up over the history of Mythbusters. But in fact, these grenades are incredibly dangerous and have all of us in our bomb techs quite nervous. So in order to properly experiment with these, we have come to a large tract of private land in Gold Country, east of the Mythbusters shop, where we have thousands of acres of clear land all around us in order to experiment with these.
Gotta love operating the big machinery.
Countless times on this show, we have armored ourselves behind these blast chamber panels to watch dangerous things happen, hopefully right on the other side.
Perfect. That's perfect. I love it.
But this setup, where our blast chamber panel is bordered on both sides by inch-thick plates of steel, this is the most armored we have ever required ourselves to be out in the field.
That's because it's not just an explosive pressure wave they're dealing with. The steel body of the grenade is designed to spray lethal fragments at over 25,000 feet per second in every direction. And the nightmare scenario is a misfire. To prepare for that, Jamie's recreated his own nightmare.
Normally, bomb disposal robots cost around 100 grand or so. This is my version. Behold the bomb baby. This is about a $200 remote control truck. I put some servos for arms, a baby head, and most importantly, through this camera, I'll be able to see what's going on from the safety of our reinforced bunker.
Those are the safety precautions. But what's the first test?
Time to wire up a little control. Before we get to shooting guns at these things, they have a timed fuse.
All right, go ahead and make it go up.
I.e., after you pull the pin and release the spoon, there's a few seconds before they blow up. How many seconds? That's what we need to determine by blowing one up. I knew that was a dud.
But this one isn't. Blaine, the bomb tech, pulls the pin and then traps the spoon of the live grenade in the tube. When it's raised, the spoon will pop,
And we're hot!
the delay fuse will light, and we'll find out exactly how long it takes a grenade to go boom.
I feel quite tense about this.
We're all ready?
Yep.
Everybody's clear? Here we go. Going up. I heard the cap go. Wow.
I heard stuff hit us. That was intense, man.
The key reason for this test was to check our timing, because we need to know how much time it takes for the grenade to go off once the spoon pops up.
That was 5 seconds exactly. Time for some guns. We're just about to start firing guns at grenades, and we've been thinking about it, and we think one of three things is going to happen for each of these shots. Either the round will render the grenade inert and maybe decimate it. That's one. Two is it could actually detonate it and explode it in midair. Or three, it could bring enough energy to the equation to actually send the grenade back to where it came. I'm curious as to what the result is actually going to be.
To find out, the setup is simple.
All right then.
It's been established an oncoming grenade can be taken out. But with live ammo, they're taking no chances.
3, 2, 1, go. Perfect.
These are the weapons we'll be using on our grenade today, and we'll be firing 4 kinds of ammunition out of these 3 weapons. We've got a .308 round, a .45 caliber pistol round, and a 12-gauge double-aught buck round.
Well, it looks pretty dead on. I'll leave the rest to the bomb squad.
Now here's where things get interesting. I think the .308 round is going to be by far the most effective round against the grenade. But its rifle is by far the most difficult one to hit a grenade in midair with. While at the other end of the spectrum, we've got the shotgun, used for trap shooting, the easiest weapon to use to hit a grenade in midair, but I think this, the double-aught buck round, will be the least effective against the grenade.
First up, the shotgun and the lightweight buckshot.
Okay. Arming.
Will it detonate the electronically triggered grenade?
Armed.
Or render it inert?
3.
Or even knock it back 30 feet?
2.
Cartoon style.
1. Fire. Where'd it go?
I don't know. It didn't go off. Crap.
Yeah.
We've got ourselves a situation now.
The grenade's delay fuse was remotely triggered, Adam fired the shotgun, and the grenade was knocked off the stand. But there was no explosion.
And now, somewhere out there, we have a live grenade. We cannot leave this bunker until we deal with this situation. You want to fire up the baby?
Fire. Where'd it go?
It didn't go off.
But why? Before they fire up the bomb baby, Adam fires up the high-speed camera.
Oh, criminy, Jamie, come here. Dude, watch this.
No more grenade.
Well, we don't have a live grenade out there. We've got a bunch of dust.
Wow.
I totally did not see that coming.
Darn, I wanted to wake the baby up.
That's a result. Unbelievably, it seems that you can indeed shoot a live grenade and render it inert.
It's amazing. It disintegrated the outer casing, and then, even though this was within its 5-second range, did not let it explode the cap so the TNT didn't blow up.
Wow.
I would not have called that. That's amazing.
The double-aught buck completely disintegrated the grenade, and that frankly surprised us all because double-aught buck is their little .38 caliber lead balls, and you wouldn't think it would be able to do a whole lot to a steel grenade. But it did. It took it completely apart, and it even took apart the blasting cap before it could go off.
An astonishing result. The fuse was lit electronically, but before it could detonate, the buckshot broke up the TNT party. From Hollywood wishful thinking to actual fact.
Next up is a .45 caliber round pointed at the grenade. If you remember, only very recently we discovered it's a lot harder to hit a mid-air grenade with one of these than it is with one of those easy shotgun rounds. As to what it's going to do to the grenade, you ready?
Okay, 45 ACP, 3.
I expect it to have a very similar effect as the double-aught buck.
2.
I think that the .45 cal round is going to turn that thing right into dust.
1, fire.
Hey! It shot it right up the thing.
The cap went off, but the grenade didn't.
We knocked the grenade off the stand. It looks like we split it in half. So we didn't stop the cap from going off, but we did stop the grenade from blowing up.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
Compared to the buckshot, the 45mm round removed the blasting cap with surgical precision. Either way, it's another myth-confirming result. What's next?
Now we're going to bring some real energy to the equation by using a .308 sniper round, full metal jacket.
There we go.
As to what this is going to do to the grenade, I've been wrong for everything so far, so I'm going to say I have no freaking idea.
3, 2, 1, fire.
The grenade went boom. We didn't disintegrate it, it blew up.
I think so. Let's look at high speed.
Okay.
The high-speed camera, the scalpel, the microscope, the light, the multi-tool for tackling time.
There it is.
And what it shows is...
The grenade ignited the second that it penetrated.
That is a thing.
The blasting cap inside a grenade is actually somewhat shock sensitive. And the .308 round is a very, very high-speed round. And that speed translates directly to a certain amount of energy being brought to the equation. And in our case, the .308 round, the very instant it touched the exterior of our grenade, that shock caused the entire thing to detonate early. It was a very, very powerful reaction and an instant one.
Yep, it's the second of 3 potential results, and the most common of the cinematic techniques, the mid-air explosion.
But let's think about that for a second, because if that ignited the grenade at any closer than 45 feet, which is the kill zone for a grenade, you're dead. Further than 45 feet, it starts to become almost impossible to make a shot like that. Yes, in theory, it's possible, but I would duck. Personally, I would just duck.
That worked! So to recap our final results, the high-powered rounds, the .308, actually detonated the grenade, which means that if it's within 50 feet of you, you're dead, sucker. But the low-powered rounds, the .45, and especially the shotgun, both rendered the grenades inert. The shotguns even kept the blasting cap from going off. Pretty much the exact polar opposite of what we thought was going to happen. Isn't that cool?
This side here. Are you watching down here? No, he's not even watching.
Yeah, Mouse. You want me to what?
Right there.
What are you pointing at? Oh, Roger. Wow, I think we've got a walrus floater right up here. That's the Bering Sea trophy if you find one. They're very uncommon to see a walrus.
What happens is they die and they sink, and then they start to decompose, they gas up and they float. It's called a floater.
The gas from them being dead bloats them out, they expand, they pop to the surface like a buoy. That didn't have tusks on it this time of year. Let's see if we can get this thing on here, all right?
For thousands of years, fishermen and native peoples alike have coveted walruses for their spiritual and artistic value.
We're gonna find out shortly if this walrus has a headset on it. Somebody go get Lenny up. We need to have an Alaskan native out there for this. Yeah, go get him.
Since 1972, laws have been in place to protect the species.
You have to be an Alaskan native, not resident, native, in order to legally take or retain any kind of ivory.
Native carvings from one walrus tusk can be worth over $5,000.
Fortunately for us, we've got Lenny on the boat. Lenny's born and raised Alaska native, so.
What, they want me out there just to be their token native so they wake me up?
And just like most mornings, Lenny puts on the charm.
We're gonna try to lasso this walrus and get it on board. Chances are really, really slim.
Hold at each end to make 2 lassos.
Holy that thing is huge. I'd probably have Freddie try and hooking it. Maybe we get lucky and snag something with the claw hook.
And see if you can hook the butthole.
Oh, boy, I got a whiff of that.
Right in his butthole.
Oh, Freddie. I can't spend all day on this thing. No, 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 no! Somebody go get a survival suit. Holy, what are you doing? Get this. Somebody go get a survival suit.
Fred, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, man, that's these things.
Get the life sling, guys. Holy, the guy's a maniac.
Look, another one. This way. Joe, give him the life sling. Get the life sling.
What the? Freddie, don't do this to me.
If Freddie doesn't get out of the water in 60 seconds, hypothermia could set in. He could die.
Give him her. Don't take it. Get this ball. Get that thing on, Freddie.
Freddie just disrobed and jumped in the water on me. I don't know what he's thinking.
Get your other arm in there. Get your other arm in it. Get that suit on. Crazy, man.
He's still pointing and saying, get the walrus. What the is going on? You make sure whatever you do, I don't give a flying about that walrus at this point. Pull him out.
No, we're done. Come the boy. Give me the hook.
Pull him out of the water. I want him out of the water. I want him out of the water.
Come on, boy. Dude, stop that little leg around. Stop that little tough one. Come on. Hey, where's the dude? Come on. Over there. Come up on it. You're not giving him an option. He's coming aboard. No.
I want him out of the water. I want him out of the water. Please, just get him out of the water for me. Am I losing my mind? Is this some kind of nightmare?
He wants you out of the water, Freddie.
Holy, I'd never seen anything like that in my life. He intentionally jumped in the water on me. I've never seen anything so crazy in my life.
Freddie, can you come in and dry off real quick for me, please? I almost had it. I know, good. The water's cold as this thing. You need to go inside and warm up. Come on, you're gonna get exposure. Come on. Come on, Freddie. He wants you to come in.
Freddie, throw some dry stuff on real quick for me, okay? Then come back out. Mouse, go ahead and keep working on that other project.
How you feeling, Freddie? You cold?
Yeah, it feels good. I wish we had it, though. In fact, I kind of had the eye on it.
Freddie, come on. I am absolutely shocked. Wow.
Right over my shoulder, right through here. No, it scared me. out of me, man. I thought he fell in until I saw he didn't have clothes on. Yeah, he took his trip down and jumped in the ocean.
I won't jump over there for nothing, you know. It's pretty much, I almost had the you know, around it. But Monty got pissed off and said, pull me up. The water is feels good though.
Hey, Freddie, just real quick.
Sorry, boss, I didn't mean disrespect or nothing.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
I almost had the foot of the eye.
I know, and I know it's exciting, the walrus and everything, but you can't jump in the water, man. It's 35-degree water. How do you feel? You okay?
Sorry, man. It feels good. I haven't showered for the last few days, so.
All right, okay. Skin temperature is
Sorry,
about 28 degrees. You're okay. You're good. You just, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I've ever been so scared and baffled in my life all at once. Because I've never seen anybody go for a swim in the middle of the winter at the Bering Sea.
Feels good.
Well, you're not gonna go in again, right?
Roger.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Freddie. I mean, all of a sudden, I just saw him. He's sitting there in his sweatpants. I'm going, why is he disrobed? And next thing I know, he's in the air, going into the water. You can only keep your head above water for maybe 2 minutes in this water. That's it. I'll tell you what, best man overboard drill ever. I'll tell you this right now. Freddie Mogatai is wired differently than pretty much anybody I've ever met in my life.
Those lucky enough to have survived the plunge into the icy Bering Sea typically suffer from shock and hypothermia. But after more than 2 minutes, Freddie Mogatai emerges miraculously unscathed.
That water's 35 degrees. He didn't even look like he was cold. All of a sudden, I thought I was in the Bahamas. Something ain't right about what's happening right now.
So, you know, I just want to put that eye around it. I say, it takes some seconds. Monty kind of freaks out and start calling me stupid, you know? Stupid is stupid does.
While Freddie warms up to defeat.
Oh, there it goes. Let's go. I did right get it. No, we got it. We got that. Woo! Look at that shot. Yeah, baby.
The crew snags the walrus without getting wet.
We got on the last two. We can hold it here. Maybe we can get a second one on it. All right, Roger.
Not your typical tusk harvest, but with a potential payday and the crew's pride on the line.
Hey, try and suck it over the rail a little bit more.
They're not giving up.
One guy's got to be holding on to it when you cut.
Yeah, we're now cut up. This way, baby. As soon as that tusk goes, it's dropping. Watch your leg cut into that line.
Yeah, lady!
Wow. In my mind, I'm reliving seeing a man stripped naked, jump over the side, and dive up on top of a floating dead walrus carcass.
That's the first time all my years of fishing I've ever run across or pulled a dead walrus up on this. People use these for artwork. I know my sister uses sea lion whiskers, but never heard of them using walrus whiskers. Let's pull them out, see if she wants them when we get to Dutch. It stinks.
Come inside and let's regroup for a moment, okay? Roger.
Number one rule on the boat for everybody. Stay on the boat. Do not go in the water, no matter what. I don't care if it's a pot of gold with a leprechaun hanging on it. We stay on the boat. All right, period. That's the last swim and the only swim.
Yeah.
I've never had a man in the water or a man overboard on this boat ever. I don't know how to categorize what you just did, Freddie, but don't.
Sorry, boss. I didn't mean to disappoint you. Just gonna give it a wizard hug. Doing a sofa style. Super move on the
It's like, you know, when you have that child gets into a situation where right after the event, you just want to give them a big hug because you're so happy to have them there. Minutes later, you're screaming at them because you're so upset and so pissed off that they would do something so stupid. What Freddie did was stupid. In fact, maybe the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You never know. It could have been the great white shark that contributed to the demise of the Meg. So if we want to see how these guys would actually compare on the day, we need to know how fast the white shark actually is.
A megalodon, difficult to be able to know exactly how fast it might be able to swim. However, there have been some estimates.
Scientists believe the Meg had a cruising speed of 3 miles per hour and a burst speed of 21 miles per hour. But how do these numbers stack up against great whites?
We've got this underwater ladder that gives us a set distance underwater. We've got a bait we can drop down to the bottom and pull up, and hopefully we'll get a nice speed measurement as it's vertically attacking.
While there's tons of data on great white shark speed, very little is known about their vertical movements. By measuring their top speed at the point of attack, the team can determine if these smaller sharks could escape a megalodon.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, what could go wrong? Everything, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a cookie and a cup of tea, and I'll see you guys later.
For this test, the team is splitting up. Kenna will be at the surface with a ladder suspended from his cage.
I mean, if I was a white shark and I saw a measurement ladder, I'd just swim straight up it as fast as I could.
Tristan and Andy will be in a drop cage where they can signal to topside to pull up the bait in order to create a high-speed chase.
Going down, divers, going down. Kenna, how's it going up there, buddy? I have deployed the ladder.
By using the ladder as an underwater ruler, they can measure how quickly a shark passes by each rung to calculate their top speed.
Bait has been deployed, bait has been deployed. Okay, drop it deeper. Okay, that's a good depth. That's a good depth on the tuna.
The first shark to arrive on scene is a male, about 13 feet in length. The teams attracted the attention of a gigantic female shark who devours the 70-pound tuna in just a few bites. But even at nearly 20 feet long, she's less than a third of the size of a fully grown Meg. Even though this shark put on an impressive display, because it didn't line up with a ladder, the team can't calculate its speed.
Looking good. You can drop it a little bit more as well. Get out of nowhere, the big cream now. Plane's coming down again, guys. Plane is coming down. Keep dropping it down. Incoming. Bring it up nice and slow, nice and slow. Bring it higher, 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 higher. Bring it up
The team finally gets the perfect speed run.
Oh, yeah.
But would this great white have been fast enough to outrun a Meg?
That was the show, boys. That was the show. Beautiful.
Analysis of the footage reveals the shark hitting a top speed of 27 miles per hour. This edges out the Meg, whose top speed has been estimated at 21 miles per hour, over 20% slower than a white shark.
The speed test was absolutely phenomenal. One of the most exciting experiences I've ever had in the water.
Oh my God! The shark was like a jumbo jet rocketing business class straight up the ladder.
Sharks and ladders.
Sharks and
New
ladders.
game. It's a new game.
Dude, that was awesome. Awesome to watch from up above, man. Those sharks were huge.
This test has demonstrated how the vertical speed of a great white could help them outrun the Meg by escaping into the upper water column. So in this round, the edge goes to the great white.
Thus, I cannot believe that we've had to clean out all these still spots, shut them down. I mean, as hard as we've worked our whole damn life, who would have thought it would have come to this?
Yeah, I wouldn't have, but here we are.
I ain't never been to this place, have you?
Yeah, I've been years ago. Jeff's got a barn. We can put some stuff there.
I mean, I'm worried about me and you, but I'm worried about all of our teams.
We're the ones that got them in this situation, Hattie. I mean, if there's anything's got to be done, we got to take it on our own. Oh, hell. Hattie, I don't mean to cause any alarm or anything.
That is one sheriff's car behind us. Damn, watch the road. Don't be watching him.
We're done for.
Just keep your hands on the wheel.
Yes, sir.
I'm Colby Franco with the County Sheriff's Office. Stopping you because you drove off the road back there. So what's in the back of the truck?
It's just scrap copper.
It's copper.
It's copper? Okay.
We was headed to the scrapyard with it.
All righty, well, as soon as my backup gets here, we'll investigate a little bit more, see what's going on.
We understand.
Okay.
What's going on, Kobe?
Hey.
So you got my two boys here.
Yeah.
Damn if it isn't Captain David Robertson, the one that's chased us so hard in the past.
Look like you ain't into no good today, are you?
No, sir, we're not.
I'm gonna put your ass in jail, I'm telling you. It's getting about that close. I about got you. Go ahead and step out here for me, Digger.
Yes, sir.
Put your hands up on the car, Eric.
All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back there.
I guess the last time I talked to you, just never heed no warnings, do you?
Well, I do remember what you told me last time you seen me.
And what was that?
You said you boys got to be lucky all the time. I just got to be lucky once.
Today just might be my good damn day, I guess.
Just watch your head there.
Oh. About 30 seconds from them being 100% totally sure that we're in violation of the law. Damn, these handcuffs hurt. We're done for. Yeah, they got the burner stands. They got every damn thing they need right here today. It's most definitely been used here recently.
Oh, yeah.
Got your burners, thump. You got everything in here ready to go today. About time it's my turn. Damn thing.
What?
It's got a damn hole in it. It's inoperable. You might as well cut them a damn loose.
You want me to cut them loose?
You have to. It's got a hole in it. It's inoperable. Can't do nothing with it.
All right. David Robertson said it does have a hole drilled in the bottom of it. It's no longer a functioning steel, therefore it's no longer illegal.
Well, he said there's a hole in it. I got to cut you loose.
You may have to help me. I'm not real graceful under the best of circumstances.
Right now, we're just feeling like we won the lottery. We're just tickled to death to get out of these damn cuffs.
No hard feelings, Al. You've got a job to do, and I understand it. You know, nobody wants their liquor still to leak. They don't want any holes, no matter what size they are. But I'm as proud of that hole in that liquor still as I am anything on this planet at this point.
What in the world just happened here, Puss?
You know, Hattie, the only thing I can figure out, maybe Kelly did that when we wasn't looking.
It had to be Amanda or Kelly Digger. We know that we didn't do it, so one of them guys has had to, and bless their heart, whichever one it was. You know, 5 minutes ago, Puss, we was on our way 100% to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
Now we're on our way home. I mean, how does that even happen? I don't understand.
It don't happen often, but I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to get rid of a liquor still.
As dense as this is, there could be a lion or a leopard or something hanging out in a tree 100 yards away, and we'd never see them.
No, for sure.
The 7-foot-tall grass provides excellent cover for the felines that earn the Luangwa Valley the nickname Valley of the Leopard, because it has the largest concentration of leopards in all of Africa. Reaching speeds of up to 36 miles per hour, leopards' muscular hind legs and powerful jaws allow them to take down prey 3 times their size.
I mean, literally could be something like just
right here,
sitting in here. I know, yeah. Clapping also keeps those animals away, so just...
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can clap, hoot and holler. Nice. Definitely glad you know this stuff. Kara seems real nice, extremely knowledgeable. Having somebody that's familiar with the animals down here is going to be an absolute ace in the hole. Out of curiosity, and I only say this because it happened on my last challenge. You know not to throw fecal material in the water source, right?
Of course.
Okay. That's cool. On my last challenge, my partner made some mistakes.
I just sharted.
She just put it in our water source. Had
That's
to dig a well.
disgusting.
Yeah. Wasn't fun, but we made it. We got through it.
Yeah, good.
I'm pretty easy to get along with.
I like to think I am.
That's good. You seem to, so far.
So far.
So far. Getting into all this seems more like a dry riverbed.
Yeah. It's...
Definitely need to keep an eye out for some snakes.
I see water, Matt.
Water?
Water.
Water! Water!
Woo! You know what probably lives in this water? Big old crocodiles.
If we're careful, this would be a good little area to come get water at if we needed to.
What would be your ideal spot?
As much natural protection as possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot of resources around within at least somewhat of a distance.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like this little area right here.
I do
You know,
too.
it's got natural coverage overhead.
Yeah, I think we're far enough from the water source where we're not like on top of any animals coming in at night trying to drink.
We definitely got to get protection around us.
For sure.
So I'll start dragging stuff in. Right now, we want to build a shelter that surrounds us. It looks as uninviting as possible. My goal is to get as many thorny sticks around our shelter as we can. We can double as firewood if we get cold at night.
Nice, nicely done. What a good little bush husband you are. Me and my partner are getting along great. He's just a good old Southern boy from Arkansas. He's very polite, he's very respectful. Get in there, man.
Doing all right? The sun is falling real quick. As of right now, light's fading fast. We've only got maybe a couple more hours of daylight.
All right. I'm gonna try to get some water. Just gotta wait for a little bit and see if there's any drag marks, and looks like that might be some marks there. We have to really watch out for crocodiles in this river. Since this is our water source, we have to be extra vigilant and to make sure that before we get our water, we look and we listen and we make sure that there's no friends lurking in the water trying to eat us. How's that fire coming?
I don't know. I'm struggling.
So try making more of like a bird's nest shape.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Yeah, okay. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, it's getting hot. Come on, you son of a bitch.
Great job.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We currently have fire, shelter, water. Feels pretty good to be set like this.
This is our first pot of water.
Really, really hot.
Really hot still? Damn. I just put my finger in it.
Just don't put
in it. That's so gross.
Sorry, Ashley.
That's so gross.
Scowl of it's cold. Very different than what I was expecting.
You're actually like frozen. You're so cold it hurts to even like move.
It's freezing. Something is definitely moving out there. And it is right behind our shelter. Something big. I don't know.
It was an awful night in the frigid cold. Matt didn't sleep hardly at all.
Last night was very rough. It was extremely cold. Something came walking by.
Definitely concerned about the predators in the area, but right now, we gotta get our evenings under control, otherwise we're gonna be... This is gonna be a long 21 days. So let's make our rock wall our priority today.
I agree. We're gonna use this mud for mortar Our plan right now is to build a nice rock ring, something with a reflecting wall. What do you think? This last load up the hill for a moment?
Sure.
The human body can go approximately 3 days without water. It can go approximately 21 days without food. But one more night and hypothermic temperatures, we're done. You're over.
Ta-da!
Very nice.
Hopefully this will make our evenings a little bit warmer.
A little toasty.
A little toasty. Damn, that thing's rolling.
Yeah, it feels good. So last night was pretty nice. Rockwall helped. I think it made a substantial difference.
For sure. I definitely am starting to feel hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Should maybe try fishing today.
You wanna try the lagoon area?
I've got this very thorny, spiky branch, and I'm going to use it to try to catch some catfish in this gully here. This is my first time. I have never done this before. Rake and pull method. Ow. Basically, you just take the branch and you just slam it into the water and then you drag really hard. Damn it. And hopefully the thorns, I mean, they're really, really sharp, will sink into the skin of the catfish, and hopefully we'll have some breakfast and lunch, because we haven't had any of that. Damn.
There's a cat. There's a cat right there. Holy. Hold off on going down there. It is concerning. They know we're here. They know our presence. So we really need to make sure to keep a constant eye out.
Matt, that was an epic fail.
Yeah. I saw a cat back there. It's about 150 yards out.
Walkie?
Yeah.
This is exactly why we need a secure boma and hot fires, because, you know, we're definitely not at the top of the food chain right now. Go! Get out of here! Something outside, rustling around.
Sounds big.
Go!
On the outside of you there. Just grab it.
All right, on. Let me get this spot in the block. We'll start going, okay?
All right.
On the Wizard.
As soon as I get my bait bin full of fish, I am gonna try and work with Junior to see if we can corral this crab. But he's got to step up and actually make an effort, to be honest.
Before boxing in the crab with his enemy-turned-ally, Captain Keith replenishes supplies.
But not like stuffing it. Picking up some bait, some frozen herring.
With an at-sea transfer from a nearby vessel.
And front end, circle around you guys.
Sounds good. Stand by, deploy, I'll fly by and haul, and then you guys retrieve it.
Okay.
Are you circling me on this one? You circling me on this? Are you circling on this one? Hello, hello. Do not circle me right now! Dude, I'm gonna hit you. What the are you doing? Power out! Power out! Power out! Now! Heads up! Come on! Power up and get the out of here! I can't stop you, idiot! Hang on, heads up! Power up! You moron! Okay, guys. Check the bow! Check the bow! Power that bow up and go hard to port! Go straight ahead and hard to port! Power it ahead, full! Hey now, guy on deck immediately! We'll go do damage control on the bow.
Definitely felt the boat shake weird. I don't know how hard they hit. Hopefully all is good.
See the corner of the anchor there?
Anchor hit right there.
There's a little bit of chip metal.
I have no idea what you were thinking. Did you have an engine failure? What what occurred to have you try and cut right in front of this boat that's doing 4.5 knots?
I was trying to kick it back in reverse. I couldn't get the throttles to back off. It wasn't reacting. I don't know.
All right, enough of that. Check your boat for damage. I hope you're okay over there. I am checking my boat for damage as we speak. All right, let's go take a look at what's going on up there. I had enough screaming in one moment to save me for the rest of my life.
So this right here is our collision void. So in the event that we collide with the boat, kind of like what just happened, this is fully enclosed space. This will take on water opposed to the rest of the vessel.
Right here, right?
Yes. Good.
Nothing below decks?
No.
Okay.
Crash wood, still dry.
So that part of that anchor, the big part, right? That must have hit his wave wall.
Yeah, looks like we hit him with the anchor and then sort of caromed off and then nicked him up here.
The Wizard's anchor acted as a crumple zone, absorbing the impact and sparing the Wizard's aging steel from puncture.
Guys, lucky, because if it would have been just a little bit different and we hit him right with the stem, we may have sliced right through the I'm gonna call him back. All right, there really is no damage on this vessel.
Okay, yeah, shame. No, I had him go look down on the forepeak below there.
All right. We dodged a bullet because there's minimal damage.
Up escaped the scorching heat of the Arizona desert by climbing up into the Sky Island mountains. Up here there's plenty of water, and finding it is no longer your main challenge.
Being up this high though, it's a whole new series of challenges, but also opportunities. The opportunities for food, water, and shelter.
As you climb, the terrain can change dramatically. In a matter of hours, you can pass through 6 different environments, from the blistering desert to subalpine forest. When night falls, the temperature will plummet, but a fire and some food will always help you through the night.
One way of starting a fire, if you haven't got a fire steel or matches, is just to improvise a fire piston. And you can do that just with 2 bits of tubes. I've taken this off that ultralight. They fit nicely together, which create an airtight seal. And the principle works on compressed air, creating heat in the same way when you put your finger over a bicycle pump, it comes away really hot. Get a bit of charcoal, force that into the end, and that's the bit that's gonna take the ember.
With the other end of the tube sealed, the fire piston is now ready.
And you need to give this a good whack, really generate that compressed air and heat. Pull it out and you'll have an ember. Try that once more. Grab a bit of tinder. Give it a blow. You can see that glowing now.
The fire piston technique was developed in the jungles of Southeast Asia, where they use pieces of bamboo or hollowed out bone.
And gently try and nurture it into life. Okay. Whoa. Wow, once that goes, it goes. It's almost impossible not to smile when you get a fire going like that. Especially as when you're getting higher, it's getting colder, and fire is really going to matter. That's such a good feeling.
With a fire stoked, finding food is the next priority. With jaguar and mountain lions in these forests are not the only animal out hunting.
Hello, who go under here?
Mountain lions often leave part of their kill hidden. This is a peccary, a local species of wild pig.
And that's all that is left of that. There's still meat on that to eat. Let's take that back to the fire.
But this region is also home to other predators, apart from just big cats.
There's the bear poo. You're gonna get black bears in these woods. And you see all the acorns that it's been feeding off. See all of that? Thing is, black bears aren't only herbivores, they're also opportunistic. If they smell meat, they'll take it. This does kind of compromise this as a campsite. If I'm going to be cooking and eating this, it means it's going to be a bad place to camp as well. Do you know what? Let's just get to the fire, have something to eat, and we'll make a plan from there. I'm just actually going to put this straight on the fire like this, burn all the hair off, cut the meat and the skin. You know, there's a lot of meat on that still. That means at least I've got food this evening.
Cooking this helps your body to digest and absorb its nutrients. It also provides warmth and raises morale.
Getting a bit charred on the outside, but on the inside, this is going to be nicely cooked. Actually, a bit of the shoulder meat's well cooked, that's all right. But it's warm and it's nutritious.
Filling my reserve parachute with grasses and pine needles will protect me from the worst of the coming night's cold.
Like make a giant sausage of it.
If you're on the ground, it's more important to insulate yourself from below than above, as the earth will suck warmth from you faster than the air. But where I'm going, that won't be a problem.
Okay, let's go.
When you're asleep, you're at your most vulnerable to bears and mountain lions that roam here.
Look, this is gonna work.
But being completely out of their reach means you can sleep relatively safely.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to fall out of it, but it's gonna be good, and I've got somewhere nice to suspend it from as well.
I'm using the remains of the parachute to make what's known as a hanging bivouac. Climbers often use these when they're halfway up a mountain.
Climb down into this. Okay. Well, snug. Oh man, what a view. Look at that. I would challenge any mountain lion or bear to get me in this thing. It's funny if you forget for a second that you're 50 feet suspended up a sheer rock face. It's actually quite nice and cozy in here. Pine needles are nice and I can get really well wrapped up in this stuff. But then, you know, hanging bivouacs do also kind of mess with your mind. About 5 minutes ago I had some pebbles fall down, land on the top of it. I kept thinking, is that my anchor point giving way? And then you kind of realise, look, you just gotta kind of not worry about that and realise it's a mental game and that you need sleep and you've got to rest and just kind of put all that aside and try and sleep. And also remember, if you need a pee, you can't go wandering outside. You're in a little thing hanging up a very high rock face. And once you're over there, it's all fine. Okay, turn this off.
Between 1979 and 1992, miners extracted the gold-rich hard rock, known as ore, from the pit and brought it to the surface where it was broken apart by hand to release the larger gold nuggets. But Parker believes a significant amount of fine gold was left behind in the waste piles known as tailings.
Every night since I've gotten here, I've gotten to bed thinking they found something like 2.6 million ounces in that hole. What's still left in the tailings? And you need to figure out an answer to that question. That hill dropped off and at the level or lower than that water. That's a mountain of material. All of these tailings. I would imagine the town's built on some of them. What was their recovery rate back in the day? Nobody's ever had a proper recovery system in here.
True.
I'm making one really big assumption in all of this. Their recovery rate was I don't know if that's true or not. The money that would have to go into it, probably $200 million. The revenue that would come out of it would probably be like 800,000 ounces, $1.5 billion revenue-wise. So like it's a huge project and it would be fun. Like, I'd enjoy that. Am I gonna set up in Brazil and live here for the next 20 years? Because I probably have to. The other nice thing about it is the exploration techniques that we use in the Yukon are exactly what you'd use here, except for the analysis side. Instead of running them through a sluice box, you send them to a lab.
To test their worth, Parker needs to collect samples from the tailings and send them to a lab where they can be crushed and analyzed to determine their true gold content.
It's hard to pan in it. I should go somewhere where the water's not so rushing.
For now, all he's got is a basic gold pan.
You turn it to me, son. What? That's gold.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible. Well, that's a good start.
Any luck?
Yeah, actually a pretty decent pan. The next step is to figure out what's there.
Before Parker can do anything more than a pan, he needs to approach the landowners.
I have this document. It has all the official logs for the mining permit from the cooperative.
Let's go.
After 13 years of mining, the Serra Pelada pit was shut down by the government in 1992 over safety concerns. 40,000 miners from the original rush then formed a cooperative and acquired mining rights to the land.
I think you should be careful because we really don't know the people, really don't know the power dynamics here.
Right. If it were simple, it would have been mined by now. Yeah, no, it's very interesting. With the cooperative, we just need to go talk to them.
How do you think they're going to behave, Parker?
This meeting is going to be a little difficult because there's a lot of emotion and history tied up here. I'm not sure what approach to take. I think the best way to do it is just to be super simple. We should say, okay, we would like to take some samples of the tailings and take them to a lab. I'll be curious to see what they say to that. It would be an amazing project. That desire can't be a part of the decision-making process, though. If you're in a negotiation and you're not willing to walk away, you're screwed.
Well, this is it, I guess.
Adão Reis, prazer, they're all directors.
Parker.
Aí, nós vamos primeiro aqui dentro, manter a conversa.
You want us to go inside so then we can talk there.
Local miner Leonidas de Oliveira is one of the directors representing the interests of the co-op, making sure all 40,000 members get a good deal out of any business arrangement.
O que nos leva essa entrevista que vocês estão querendo conosco?
He wants to understand why we are having this meeting. What do you want here, actually?
Serra Pelada has such a rich part of the history here, and we've traveled all over the world and been to a lot of areas, and we really try to understand what's going on in those areas and, from a gold miner's perspective.
Aqui a nossa mina do garimpo de Serra Pelada, por ser a maior mina do Brasil a céu aberto, que foi cavada a braço de homens, essa história, como você falou agora há pouco, é reconhecida já no mundo inteiro. E Serra Pelada está já avaliada em 5 trilhões de dólares americanos.
5 trilhões?
5 tri.
They already have some assessment that says it would be worth $5 trillion.
Então, e o interesse dele?
Like he is asking again the specific interest.
Tell him it feels like I'm getting put on the spot.
Bom,
one part of it that really interests me, probably interests me the most, is the tailings from the old pit. In the next few days, we could take a couple hundred samples and get them sent to a lab and tested, and it starts to build a bit of a model of what's there.
Até a beira de uma negociação já com uma empresa que já está contactando conosco aqui, que é uma empresa chinesa.
It's obvious that there's still a lot of opportunity here, but a company is only going to pay for what you can prove is there.
Essa pesquisa atual, ela deve ser feita pela própria empresa que estiver interessada.
A company that's buying them is going to be very biased to say the value is low, right? Nobody's done anything about what might be in the tailings. And right now, the value assigned to it is zero.
Yeah.
Because there's no report done on it. And that's what a company would pay a lot of money for. I really think an impartial group studying it on their behalf and trying to sell it for the best price possible is going to maximize returns for them.
Mm-hmm.
We would take a cut of the sale price. So we want the purchase price to be as big as possible.
By proving the gold value of the tailings, Parker believes he can increase the co-op's sale price in exchange for a cut of the profits that could reach hundreds of millions of dollars without having to mine the tailings himself.
Let's make it real simple. If it does hit, you're the first one in the door and helping develop, what could be a hugely profitable project. And I can live very comfortably for the rest of my life, right?
Vai conversar com o outro diretor, que está como presidente interino da cooperativa. Vamos conversar com ele, com os outros diretores também. E a gente, daqui para amanhã, a gente toma essa iniciativa.
Perfect.
Ok. Deixa eu falar com ele.
Obrigado. It would be an amazing project. There's a lot of things going for it. I'd love to get involved, but that's in the gray area. It's not black and white.
Mega exciting.
They haven't heard something like that before.
It's what they need, though. Yeah. Honestly, it'll 5x what they get out of it.
They were not used to talk about the tailings. What Parker is proposing is like, let's start from zero. Let's do the mineral research as it should be done. Let's put a price, a correct price, and then let's go from there. This is the right way of doing a project. How many times do we see an opportunity like this? This is really something that I truly hope that Parker can move forward with.
I do think you've got a lot of quite high up dudes there, all feeling very positive.
It's the biggest problem is when you don't have, what did we have, 4 out of 7 of the directors? I guess what I'm getting at is like we didn't have enough for a decision. I'm very curious to see what happens.
So am I. This is like dynamite.
Are you all right? Bro, are you all right? Hey, bro. Are you okay? Talk to me, bro. Are you okay?
Cody, come on there. I need a hand up here.
Pick me up. Come on in. Take your off real quick.
Get up for myself. I'll be fine.
Okay, just stand by. Cody's coming up. We're gonna help you get down there so you don't.
No.
Get up. All right. You sure?
There's a baby aspirin right now. All that side's tingling.
No way.
Not good. Yes. Give me those, and then you go ahead and get the head chest and see if you got the nitro in there, would you?
Cody, take them home. How we doing?
Talk to you off camera, please.
Okay, 60. I'm looking for the pills here. 5-7. Can you write that down for me?
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of important.
Be right there. Be right there. What's up?
Left side's.
No. You what? You're kidding. Do you want one of these? Come on, man.
That's not me.
Okay.
It's yours.
I think you put it under your tongue. How was that?
Kind of helps a little bit.
Do something over there with Keith.
Oh. All right, let me in there. I'm not sure what we're doing. We got some sort of a medical thing going right now. So, brother had some sort of episode up here, we're not sure what. The left side of his arm went numb on him. Not sure why.
Sounds like you had a stroke.
Come on in, guys. His arm was going numb, so he took some aspirin, and he actually took a nitroglycerin tablet out of the med kit. If you look in that med kit, the book, if you look under heart attack, that's what it tells you to use. Pretty scary. You know, we're in the middle of the ocean.
Keith had some sort of episode, which is pretty concerning.
How you doing over there? Going to bed, Mouse. Okay. Good. Must be good for a while. 20 minutes. Call me as much as you want. All right. Calling the vessel manager from Seattle.
Hello?
Hello, you got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my brother just, he was sitting at the table on the port side of the wheelhouse, and he was yelling and screaming, and he got up, and all of a sudden he just went down. And we're not sure why. He said he was having problems. The left side of his body was tingling. We gave him some aspirin, and we gave him a nitroglycerin tablet, and he says he's fine. But he's not. Lord, just.
Do you think just keep an eye on him? And what's your...
Just bear with me. I'm just really having a hard time with making this decision. So, it's 65 miles to St. Paul.
Okay.
I think the prudent thing to do is to head to the island. Can you get a hold of the clinic?
Yes, I can. I'm gonna call St. Paul. You head that way. How long will that take?
I'm right now about 60 miles. So, you know, I can be dockside in 7 or 8 hours at the very most.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call them and make sure someone is at the clinic.
Okay, I'll call you back in just a couple minutes.
Okay, sounds great.
Bye.
Guaranteed going to the island
is a no-brainer.
Right? You have to go to St. Paul. Like, that's classic heart attack symptoms, right? That's
kind of what I'm thinking might have been the case. Is he got up too quick, all worked up, and he had his little episode, and he went down. Then he got up, and his left side was numb. I mean, this is classic, some sort of episode, heart attack, stroke, right? I mean, I think anybody with even the least amount of knowledge of such things would have to make that assessment, right? Hey, bro.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I feel good.
Okay, well, I'm just really concerned here.
Mouse, you know what? I'll tell you what. My left arm, my left leg went numb. I feel like maybe I puked. I don't know if I did or not. My right side's totally good. My left side is totally good now. I don't know what happened, but probably more or less, let me turn over. Probably pissed off stress. Anything else?
I mean, we want to take a chance with this out here.
Give me a grip. I'm gonna squeeze, right? I'm good, right?
Is that all you got?
That's everything I got.
I would have to say no. Let me see the other. Yeah, see that? Let me see this again. That's it? Okay, we're not gonna stay out here with you having some sort of episode, whatever it was. Okay? Lay on your side. Get some sleep, dude.
Don't medevac me out. Don't call a meat wagon down, so I'm not going out that way.
Settle down. Don't even think about that.
So I on call nurse practitioner, and she said if he has a response to the glycerin tablet, that's more concerning because that would indicate that there's more of a cardiac event going on.
So are you saying that by getting a desired response from the nitroglycerin is actually not a good sign?
Yes, that is what she told me.
Okay.
And she's like, I would recommend seeing if the Coast Guard can get him off the boat.
You think we need to go to that level?
I don't know, that's what she recommended. That's what she said to me. Maybe it would be worth you talking with them.
Yeah, I think I need to talk to them myself.
Let me get right back to you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
It kind of sucks. The weather is not conducive for going into this harbor. It's going to change about midnight. But this is just enough wind coming in from the southwest. It's like the absolute wrong direction. Hello.
Okay, so I have the doctor on the line. I'm gonna add him in right now.
Yeah, this is Dr. Miller. I've gotten a little background on the situation. That kind of gives me a good idea of what's going on. At this point, my concern is that he possibly had, possibly a mini stroke. Do you happen to have a heart rate, Captain?
We don't have a heart.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure it's got to be elevated because he's still really stressed out. Did you fall? You know, on a back or what that costs and everything else, right?
You're fair.
Yeah, I'm good. What happened to your eye? What the happened there? You're bleeding. You're bleeding.
The initial incident, did he start feeling numb on the side of his body, or did he start by having chest pains?
Were you having any chest pains before you fell?
No, I fell. No.
Okay, no chest pains.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to understand, okay. At this point, I've been hearing a lot less about chest pain, heart attack concerns, and about having a clot in his brain, honestly.
Okay, well, that's not exactly what I want to hear.
I feel pretty good.
I know you do, but having talked to these doctors, he's thinking you've had some sort of a mini stroke.
We're all kind of worried right now. We got to get him either medevac out of here or we got to get to St. Paul and deal with it before he dies in the Bering Sea, which is not what we want to happen. So we're trying to get him to safety, get him back to land okay.
Hopefully it's not going to get worse.
It's hard for him to accept it, but he needs to get off the boat and handle it.
Now, is he a medevac caliber candidate?
Yeah, I think so at this point. You can have it again in a few days, or, you can have it sometime in the next few hours. So we need to get him off the boat as soon as possible, and to Anchorage to run more tests. I mean, I'd put him in a quiet place, take him away from all the commotion, and, get him in the mindset that he's not running the boat.
I'll let you go, thank you.
Don't make me turn this boat around and go to home gear, right? Because I'm about ready to do it right now.
You can't.
I can't. Why not? Before you mutiny on the Wizard?
I sure would like it if you were laying down.
Dude, this sucks, man.
I mean, I'm shooting him. He does not look good.
No, he doesn't.
That's scary.
None of us are doctors out here. None of us are trained medical professionals. So when something happens that you've never seen before, never experienced, nobody really knows what to do. So the side of his face was numb and he was talking and it just didn't. It's hard to see. It was hard to look at him, to be honest. Just hanging on by a thread.
Should just kept fishing, Mouse. We could be over on the east side right now.
No, we're not taking that chance. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'll never forgive myself.
I really appreciate him, man. You know, treat him like my father, second father here, because, you know, my father's in the Philippines. But, you know, I really love him, man. You know, hopefully he'll be fine.
Well, Mouse, I kind of lied to you. Because I woke up in the bathroom, too.
You what?
I woke up in the bathroom.
On the floor?
Well, kind of on the toilet.
Did you have another little numbness thing or anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, you gotta go. We gotta get off here.
Don't do it to me, Mouse.
Bro, we gotta get you off the boat. I can't not call the Coast Guard and let them know what we're doing. I love you, man. We can't take any chances with this. We have to make the right decisions here.
Meat wagon. Happy wagon.
Just row. You've had some sort of a episode. What part of that do you not understand?
Don't make me that guy. I don't want to be that guy, man. I don't want to. What's happening to my wagon?
Randy, can you just stop? Can you stop? I mean, come on. Can you cut us some slack here? This isn't helping. It's not helping, Randy. Put the thing down. Just for, okay?
You got the ball, Randy. I trust both you guys, right? I'm not gonna make any decisions, hey, boys. Just gonna sit here, wait this out there.
U.S. Coast Guard fishing vessel Wizard.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to kind of keep you abreast of things. I've actually talked at length with a doctor, and he seems to think he's had some sort of a mini stroke.
Oh my God.
Do you guys have anyone on board have any medical experience at all?
Nothing more than like basic first aid.
Okay.
They need to get him off that damn boat.
Oh.
Snake!
That is a California king snake.
Ah, not in the water, not in the water.
Here, stay back.
Get that knife out. Whew.
You ain't getting away that easy.
Oh, come on.
You dying today, Snake. Sorry. You dinner.
Come on. There we
Yes,
go.
cut it. Chop that head.
Okay, spine severed.
Oh, my Lord. He's gonna say,
We got food.
Hey.
We're gonna eat good tonight. Day one, we've already got water, fire, shelter, and food. Look at that. California king. So at the challenge that took place in this location before, both of the survivalists were taken out early. I feel like we're already ahead of the game.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like I can survive this challenge 21 days and it shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Let's see if it's done.
How's it feel? How does it taste?
It's got a great flavor to it.
Does it?
Yeah, it really does.
It's a little tough, but it's actually not bad.
The Wild Ranger crew continues their hunt for a miner in peril.
We're putting ourselves in danger to rescue these guys, but right now, we're the only hope he's got. We got the new coordinates from Yukon John. He's been blown way the hell offshore. These swells are tossing the gold ship around like a rag doll. My boys better get that sluice box tied down like ASAP, or we might be going down. Big seas, anything that can come undone, will come undone.
Yeah, I suppose they're getting pretty big out here. I can only imagine what's going through their head at the moment, having no motors. This is pretty crazy having motors.
I'm surprised he still gets cell phone reception. Give us an update on the GPS coordinates.
All right, ready? Door 64? Yep. 20.593. West 165. 14338.
Okay, 5.7 miles.
All right, we just got your coordinates punched in. You're 5.75 miles away from us, heading out to sea.
Just don't want our motors to get swamped.
What happens if the engine gets...
Oh, damn, don't ask me stupid questions like that. Your engines get swamped, that's what happens. I'm thinking we don't have the right coordinates.
Hold on, let me get you to the GPS guy.
New coordinates?
Yeah, new coordinates.
Okay, hold on.
West 165, 11, 11. Hello. I just lost signal, guys. I lost signal.
As the Gold Ship crew continues to comb the seas, there's still no sign of Yukon John.
Hey, you guys, he's right there. I got him.
I see something. There's definitely something.
Oh, yeah. He has shifted way the hell.
Man.
Damn miracle we found him. So we finally tracked him down. He's way the hell offshore, and he's been being pounded by these waves for I don't know how long. We're gonna try to tow him in when we get to him, but we have no idea what kind of shape he's gonna be in. And the swells are getting worse by the minute. All right, here comes the big one. Hang on, this is a big one. Real big one. We're gonna be lucky if our engines don't get swamped.
If we lose our motors, we're...
Okay, so the thing we gotta do is make sure that we do not get that line caught around our propeller. Guys, if you do it, it's gonna be a really tough situation.
Wow, look at the back of the boat. Yeah.
Hey, it's not flying wherever you guys are ready.
Hang on. What? He's saying my engines are swamping. Let's call. Can't do it.
Do it. Get on board.
Nope. This is gonna be a no-can-do type thing, guys. Tell him he gotta get out of here. I can't tow him. He's gonna have to come to the boat. Is it just him on there? I'm gonna make one sweet pass and tell him to abandon ship. Is he getting on his emergency suit? John! I got to get out of here. You got to communicate with him that he needs to abandon ship.
I'm trying to get him on board now.
John, I cannot tow you. My engines are swamping! Get in your suit! Abandoned ship! You gotta come to us! My engines are swamping! He can't stay on there. Nobody gonna tow him out.
No, we can't pull you. We're swapping our motors out here on the big waves. You're gonna have to abandon ship and come to us.
Hang on! Well, that's what he ought to do. Up! John! I cannot tell you! My engines are swamping! He can't go back in. I can't.
All right, what channel is he on? What channel is he on? 16? 16?
Who's that?
That's the gold shark. He's saying get a hold of the gold shark.
Yukon John is refusing to abandon ship. He's trying to get a hold of another dredge that he thinks can tow him in. Gold shark, gold shark, gold shark. Wild Ranger, gold ship Wild Ranger calling gold shark. Gold shark, gold shark, gold shark. Wild Ranger. He may think that somebody else is gonna come out here and get him, but I doubt that anybody else is gonna be crazy enough to come out here in these conditions except for us. He can't stay on there. Homer Harbor Master, Homer Harbor Master. Wild Ranger. Yeah, we're out here. He's drifted way the hell to the west. The stern of his boat is swamped. I'm trying to get him to abandon ship, but he refuses to abandon ship. I can stay here for a few more minutes, but we've got very high swell and my engines are swamping, so I'm gonna have to get out of here pretty quick.
The owner says he's gonna stay on board the boat, and he thinks that he's gonna get the gold shark to help him. Thank you for trying to do what you can. Hopefully he abandons and jumps on with you guys.
Here comes the big one!
Hang on! These swells are getting bigger. We're in danger of swapping those engines. I want to help my buddy, but he's refusing to come with us. My first responsibility is for the safety of my crew, and right now, we're in jeopardy. The best I can do is relay John's coordinates to the harbor master and then head back in and pray for the best. Stand by for GPS position of Juliana.
North, 6420.3410.
Forget it with the dot, just 6420. That's all I need to know.
West, 165.171965.
Damn it, quit doing that. That confuses them. Just make it, give him that position again, and just the latitude, the big numbers, not the dots.
He said to take a picture, he can't hear. Take a picture and send it to him.
Damn it, do what I told you. 64 and whatever it is. Tell him what I told you.
6420.3410.
Damn, I don't want to hit you if you do that again.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just reading my GPS number.
Look, not the dots, just the 6420, and then the 165, and whatever the big number is.
North 6420, west 165.17.
All right.
How come you don't want the dot?
Because it's not important. A fraction of a mile. You just give them the big number so they can hear it. You give them all the dots and it confuses them. fractions of a mile. We got to get out of here.
We're underway. We're heading back to shore.
Roger, copy that. Harbor master standing by 12 and 16.
Which one is red?
The silver.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Tyson, I'm taking your job.
You can have her.
Tyson is chasing a 450-ounce gold.
So we got 10, 20, 30, 60, 90, 100, 130, 150.
200, baby.
160, 180, 120. Go ahead, Mitch.
251.9.
Yeah, huh? Your baby's running, huh?
Man.
Your baby's running.
Big Red did it. 251.
We got.
This is Lucifer.
Come on.
We had a 500 week, I bet.
All right, 20, 50, come on, 100, 150, 160, 180, 200, 230, 240, 250, 280, 290, 300, 323.55.
So where are we at for the week?
This week, we have 575.45 ounces.
Worth over $1 million.
Yeah.
Is that the best
Well
cleanup
done.
of the season?
We'll do it again.
Whoa!
Key, that's your baby, buddy.
That was nice.
Well done, man. Well done.
Good job, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Very nice, dude. Very nice.
Let's leave.
Right? Let's go look at wash. We can go buy that wash plant now.
We don't need to be here, obviously.
The Time Bandit encounters another crab boat. The deckhands are astounded to see a crew member chaining the pots in 30-foot seas.
Looks pretty dangerous when they start driving. No, you don't look like he's in a very good position. He's all the way down on the rail, down by the water. That ain't good, crazy.
When their shift is over, the deckhands return to the cabin, but Captain Jonathan keeps his eyes on the vulnerable man, still hanging off the nearby boat stack. The boat is rolling so much, the man can touch the frigid sea below him. Then, he disappears. The Time Bandit is in the best position for a rescue, but they have only minutes before the fisherman loses consciousness and drowns.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Jonathan struggles to get the Time Bandit close enough for his men to throw a life ring to the drowning man. The boat circles back around to assist as the Time Bandit crew attempts to haul the fisherman out of the water.
Think we got him.
The rescued man's skipper is on the radio.
We got him. We got him. He's on board. We got him. Stand by. How's he doing? He's warm. He's in shock, I'm pretty sure, but he's conscious and talking. Right on. We got you, bud. Here, buddy. Come on in and once you get that off, we'll get you here in the warm galley. Oh my God, that's get him a warm blanket, Russ or Neil.
You guys saved my life. Thank you for being there. Oh, couldn't have been any better.
Strip off your underwear, man.
I'm coming.
Just here, go.
Oh, it feels good.
Right on here.
Oh, here, buddy.
Josh is not out of danger yet. Hypothermia has numbed his limbs. He needs to warm up, or he could still die.
You got it. Yep. Not bad.
You don't want to warm up too quick though, bud.
Hey, let's put him in on this bed, you guys.
Hey, just a second, boy. Doesn't need it for now.
Okay.
Slowly warm up.
Yep, we're gonna slowly warm up. Russell, you guys get that suit off, Russell.
We'll go upstairs and do it.
Sure, Tom, man. Oh, man.
I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
Yeah, dude.
Holy, that was scary.
What happened? How did you fall in?
Oh, chaining up the stack. I just lost it.
I was
just
recording.
cold, and I just
Take that high, I get tied off, man.
Oh,
That's way too
yeah.
high of a stack.
Yeah, it was icy. I just lost my grip.
Yeah, it was icy out.
Oh, I caught the chain and like capped a second and just no. Oh, so lucky over there. I like paper towels or or even just a dry towel would be great. Just to start drying my hair.
What do you use your dry towel with?
Guys, I saw you. I said you disappeared.
See my
Disappeared, man.
See my
I see you disappeared, man. I
See
go,
my
I knew you disappeared. Damn, my legs are shaking. Yeah. Just take your time. Take your time.
That's what we're here for. That's why we train.
Take a break. It's okay. Woo!
We got. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let go.
Unbelievable. Last time that happened, we pulled a dead guy out of the water.
Not this time, huh, John?
Now this time we got him. Wow. I told you, I think that guy's gone.
I know you did.
Stack.
Then he just said it just like that fast.
Unbelievable. Did you hear him, Andy?
Yep.
He was going, get me on board,
Yeah,
please.
he was- I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Yep.
I'm so cold. Let's just give him a while.
I wasn't gonna let go of him once I had a hold of him, man.
Tell him thank you very much for bringing us into his operation. This don't really happen in America.
Moonshiners wouldn't let you see how they do
Yeah, they
it.
don't want to let you know where it's at. They don't even want you to know they're moonshiners.
Eles não querem nem saber, nem que ninguém saiba que você é uma pessoa que destila.
They may fly over with helicopters.
Lá a polícia pagar impostos e pagar taxas e pagar registros, é por isso.
That's the way it is home.
Como foi?
Foi florestal, só que veio.
Como que foi? Conta pra mim.
Aí eles chegaram que mal.
Eles não conseguiram chegar de carro, não, né?
Eles gastam umas 2 horas a pé pra chegar aqui.
He's saying that the cops came here once, and when they got here, they were thirsty as hell, tired, and they asked him for a drink, and in the end, they bought 4 liters of cachaça from him and went down.
Man.
Yeah. They made friends.
That's crazy. It's getting hot.
Is it?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming quick, too. Like 40 minutes after we lit the fire, you can already feel the heat starting to move on down into the pipe. I'm starting to smell alcohol. I know that it's about to run. It's transferring quick. You can smell it.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah, you can smell it. Ask him if he throws his heads away.
Dodginho, você joga a cabeça fora?
Eu misturo tudo.
He uses everything all together.
What?
No difference.
You don't throw the heads off?
Não joga a cabeça fora.
Não.
Yeah.
Fermentation of any plant material, like grains and fruits, produces a small amount of methanol. However, in mash made from sugar or cane juice alone, yeast converts the source directly into ethanol with little or no methanol byproduct. Since cachaça distillers use sugar cane exclusively, they face almost no risk of methanol contamination and don't always take the precaution of tossing the heads.
Oh, here it comes, boss. DeGino says just to run the heads off into the liquor, but what we're making, I'm throwing the heads out. In the U.S., that's how you want your still to run. It's getting a bead. Never have I ever seen moonshine being made in 1 hour, from start to finish. All my life, I've been taught to cook liquor low and slow. If you put too much fire under it, you're gonna make hot whiskey. I'm skeptical that this is gonna work out. In 2 days, we got cane cut, mash made, mash ready, mash cooked off, alcohol. In 2 damn days, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy. The liquor comes out good with all that fire. How's that possible? Is the mash bill that much different, or we're just cooking too slow? Like, it's kind of making me start to question some of my methods. Yeah, that's good, man. This is definitely good. It's got that smell, too. This is beautiful. We're making liquor in Brazil, dog. We've picked coffee, made coffee, found the perfect coffee beans to mix with alcohol. We've hauled Cebola's moonshine. We actually bootlegged moonshine in Brazil, and now we're making it in an old school still site. I don't see how it could get any better than that.
You know how this gets better? When you get these recipes back to the U.S. and you start working there.
Thank you, Paulo. I couldn't have done this without you, Hoss.
You got it, man. Wonderful, huh?
We made enough mash for a 60-gallon still. We're gonna run that off. It's probably gonna make anywhere from 8 to 12 gallons of liquor. I don't need all that. I can't take that back to America. What I need is enough to mix with the coffee, make a good drink, and be able to take a little bit of cachaça home with me. Hell yeah.
What is this over here?
This is our chicken coop. It's actually an old crib, and we wrapped it in plastic to try to keep them from the freezing, and I know it's just really, it's wired shut.
Chicken?
It's
so sad.
This is the saddest chicken coop I've ever seen. I can't even get it open.
But it keeps them dry. It doesn't really keep them warm. They've kind of just been dropping like flies. We just have our last 3 in our rooster that they're still holding on.
So why silkies out of all the different breeds?
I have a 4-year-old son with autism. He's one of the main reasons we came out here. He has flourished with animals. And the reason we got the silkies was because they're show birds. So they're meant for people to touch and handle and hold. They're horrible layers. They lay maybe 1 to 2 eggs a week.
Oh my God. Feeding and keeping laying hens that don't lay eggs is a really bad way to homestead. There are way better breeds that are calm in temperament and will produce way more eggs. And this homestead needs them.
This is a lot for somebody so young.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about this feral hog problem.
Yeah, so we have a pretty big issue with them. They are all coming from the backside of the property, and having kids, it's just been kind of worrisome having them out here when they're getting that close up to the house.
So have you thought about what you can do with these hogs to keep them away, or?
We haven't, just because of all the issues and everything, it's too much.
When I think about big game animals, I pretty much brand them all as livestock you don't have to feed. That is a food source. I know it's a problem, but is it an opportunity?
All right, Miranda, take me to the garden.
You're here.
I'm here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Say it ain't so. What's happening here?
This was so pretty when I first started it. Everything was just so big and green. I had peppers and tomatoes, and it lasted about 2 weeks. The pigs, they had a heyday with it. Once I started getting vegetables and everything, they were like, we want this.
Wow. I've never seen anything quite like the amount of distress here on this homestead. The focus on homestead sometimes is protecting life. And instead of putting in a garden, shifting the focus to the goats, the horse, and giving everybody the proper structure, keeping them nice and safe, has to be the top priority for me. So I need to find my dad, find Matt, formulate a plan, and we gotta get to work.
Let's do it.
Here we go, baby. That's the one I want, right there. Or this one.
Get ready, Nick.
Button on! Get him! Hit him! Hit him! Hit him again! Hit him again! He's toast! That's how you do it, baby! That's how you do it! He's fried, baby! All right, let's get him with the boat! Get him with the boat! There we go. There we go. You got it, Thomas.
Just like a cowboy.
You got it just like a cowboy.
We got him.
Clean him, Thomas.
He's big, he's tall, he's taller than me, and he's fatter than me, which means he's huge.
Give me the meat hook rope. Through the door. All right, let's go. Hold in. Oh, boy, he's wider than the door. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Let's get a measurement on this cow. All right, Thomas, what do we got?
tight? 111.
111, baby!
Woo! Thank the tuna gods, baby!
111. This right here shows that we can come together as a team. Kevin and I communicated perfectly. Thomas got the fish right in the boat. This proves that we can come together and have a great season. Just trying to get a little breeze here and cool down.